Happy Friday, everybody. Hope everybody's got a great Easter weekend coming up. If it's something you celebrate, have a good time. Maybe you could spend some time with friends, family, loved ones, anything like that. Should be a really nice time. Personally, I am off on vacation next week, headed out to Las Vegas, so taking some much needed time away to spend with my wife. We haven't been on vacation in a few years, so it was definitely needed. So I won't be around if you have any questions. But I wanted to get another episode of Sportsology out today. Now, if you might be new to the show, what I do is I like to come on here and talk about my two areas of expertise. During the day, I'm a technology solutions specialist for a company called Enterprise Systems Group out of Little Chute, Wisconsin. Then at nighttime, I do a full pivot over to being a fantasy sports expert, daily fantasy sports being my main thing, baseball, basketball, and football. Come on here, we like to talk a little bit about both, just kind of share my opinions, and hopefully we can add some value to something to somebody, what they're doing, working on. So let's talk about a couple of sports guys first. Want to move into a couple of NBA picks tonight. I know a lot of you will probably be watching college basketball, but if you are going to follow the NBA, let's start with a Wisconsin native. Let's look at John Lure of the Phoenix Suns, who is going to fill in tonight in the starting lineup for Tyson Chandler, who has already been ruled out. John Lure is a former Wisconsin Badger, and he is set up to be one of the top plays, if not the top play for the day. Now, if you play daily fantasy sports, you've probably heard the term chalk. What chalk is the play, the popular play of the day that everybody's going to play. And there are times you should stay away from those guys and try to get ahead of the crowd, and there are times to play the chalk. Today is a time to play the chalk with John Lure. He's in for probably a very nice night tonight, but he should easily surpass his value, and I see no reason you should stay away from him. I would definitely get him in all your lineups. Next up, take a look at all the San Antonio Spurs players. They've already announced that they're going to sit a majority of their starters. Kawhi Leonard isn't going to play, Patty Mills isn't going to play, and a few of the other Spurs players will not play today. Greg Popovich is resting them up for the playoffs, which means other Spurs players are going to have to come in. They're going to have to score the points. They're going to have to get the rebounds. They're going to have to get the assists, which creates a lot of value. If you want to look at possibly going for the goal tonight, maybe set about 4 or 5 of those Spurs in your lineup. If they can get a real nice night offensively going, and then you can get the right guys around them, you could have a really nice lineup. Finally, I want you to take a look at Atlanta Hawks power forward Paul Millsap. He didn't show up very high on my list of rankings today, but in the couple of games he's played against the Bucks this year, he has destroyed them. Our Wisconsin native team, Milwaukee Bucks, are not very good on defense right now. They got a couple of new players, and they got a lot of young guys, which leads to a lot of really easy baskets, and Millsap has been able to take advantage of that all year long this year. So check out Paul Millsap, power forward, Atlanta Hawks for your team. Now, let's switch over to talking technology today, and I'm down in our conference room here at ESG. AV is a big part of what we do, and it's definitely one of the faster growing portions of technology. We live in a visual world. People want to be able to see and communicate with remote people a lot easier, a lot more efficiently, and they want to see things. So in our conference room, we have a lot of things set up in order to make it simplistic. We have a term that we use, and we always we want to CEO-proof the room. You want the CEO of the company to be able to come in, plug in his computer, and present to the whole company very easily. He has bigger fish to fry. He can't be down in the conference room, or she can't be down in the conference room constantly learning about all the new technology. A little bit different for our organization because we're technology based, but for your average organization, they've got a lot of other things they're working on, so they cannot be up on every single piece of technology, and you want to make it simple. A few of the things that we have in our conference room to make it simple is we have deployed these wireless microphones for our conference room table. We have approximately 6 of them in here, and depending how many people are put up, we'll put one of these down around a group of 2 or 3 people, and it gives you a very easy to use and a very clear audio quality. Now, if the room gets really full, we might even pass these around. So if the room's too full to get everyone around the table, if somebody's sitting on the outlying border of the room, when it's their turn to talk, you can simply hand them the microphone, they can set it down next to them, and they can go ahead and say their piece. Gives a very clear audio quality to the remote users who are phoned in and using that. Another piece we have here, and pardon me, you're not going to get a very good picture of this because it's going to get some glare on it, but this is our Crestron control panel. We control everything in our room on this, and we've made it very simple to use. So you can go into here, and if I want to pull a VGA or an HDMI cable from the front for presentations, I just press that button, choose which TV I want to pick because we have 3 TVs up on the wall over there. Very simple to do. center TV, left TV, right TV, or if I want to use our Air Media, what Air Media is very simple. You type a set of numbers or an address into your browser, and then you can actually display your laptop wirelessly up to the TV in the front. We have a guest network and a local network, so even if you are somebody coming in who's not on our network, you can also do it very simply. So the term Cowboy Simple came to us from one of our larger customers that we do AV with, and they wanted that because they wanted their owners and their executives to be able to use the rooms simply and easily without a lot of issues. And if you want to think of a real life comparison, imagine when you go to a friend's house or a relative's and you're trying to figure out their TV and stereo system, and there's like 9 remotes laying around. It can be really difficult to figure out what you need to do. You don't want your conference room to be that way, because if your conference room is that way, people won't use it, and you won't get any bang for your buck if people aren't using it because it's too complex. So keep it simple, and you will get better results for your investment. Even if it means spending a few extra bucks to keep it simple, you will get better value from it in the long run. So that's what I got today, guys. If you got any questions, my email address is down there. Feel free to reach out, whether it's daily fantasy, sports, or technology. I'd be more than happy to talk to you about either. Have a great Easter weekend, and I will talk to you soon.